Hi, welcome back to the Bickerton Grace Gallery. Today, back again is Oana. Welcome back.
Hi everyone. Missed you all.
We always miss you when you're here. Yeah. We're going to kidnap you one day.
Yeah.
So Oana is going to be our next artist in the spotlight.
Yee.
So this conversation today is about you.
Yes.
And I know we've been here before and we have talked about you, but this is a fresh perspective, and I think you've got some different news. So before we go into what's happening now with your art, let's just give a little recap of who Oana is and your style before and now.
Yeah.
So back to the beginning.
Yeah, so I'm a self-taught artist, and I started to paint about 5 years ago to heal from depression. So it's basically, this is what's behind my story as an artist, is how I became an artist. And
can I just ask you, when you started painting, did somebody inspire you to do that, or how did you think this is going to help me?
So I was lucky enough to have a great doctor who said, besides the treatment, the pills, you have to start doing something that you used to do when you were a child and that made you feel happy and relaxed. Just go back home and remember that. And then I went back home and I remember that I used to love to draw. And it was mainly people, even when I was a young kid. And I just started to draw. I started with my family and friends. Then I started to paint as well. Then people asked me to do the paintings for them, and they were paying me for that, which was, it was really something that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
And about a year later, I think I realized that I could have this as my career, as a profession. I started to take part into art shows, like local art fairs.
Yeah.
And the feedback was great, and also I loved being surrounded by like-minded people, you know, like artists, because the artist community is a really cool one. And I just kept on doing it, and I did it more and more and more.
It must have been amazing, because you hadn't done it for all that time, to then start it and go, actually, I'm actually quite good at this.
Yeah, because I remember when I did my first drawing, I think it was one of my kids, I think it was my son, and my family and friends were like, where did you hide this talent? I mean, I was 38 and most of my friends had no idea I could draw. I had no idea I can draw that well. But I think, I don't know, so for me it's still kind of not a miracle, but it's something really strange, because I remember I used to be a bit better than other kids, but I was never very good. And when I started after like 30 years later, it just came back to me.
You were living here then as well, when you
I
started
was
doing
here.
it?
And the feedback really helped. I mean, the support that I got from my family, my friends, and then I had I was brave enough to start posting it on Instagram and Facebook. And it was a bit scary at the beginning because you're not confident. You don't believe in what you do. And when I saw that people were like, oh wow, this is really good. Oh, I would like to have a portrait painted by you. And I was like, oh my God, this is happening.
And then you got quite a few. I know that there's that particular woman. She loves your art. She's a buyer. She buys a lot of your art. So having that as well, when somebody comes back, you know, and they're buying more and they're collecting your pieces, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was the first time I took part in a national contest. And I had the Brighter Future, the piece that you have in the Sentiment collection. And I didn't win that one, but what I won was this amazing lady who has been my customer since then. So she didn't buy that one, but she commissioned me to paint something similar in different colors, and then she bought more and more and more. So I think Brighter Future brought me a lot of luck and success.
So we were really lucky when you accepted to be part of the Sentiment collection, which meant that something to you as well, because the Sentiment resonated with you. You were already doing something. And it was the name
of my collection, Sentiment collection.
You were like, whoa, of course I have to do this, because it's like we were talking the same language. Then you did us an amazing print of it. But what I loved is then you did your work on the top of the print, and that became the piece that we divided up to be your sentiment piece. And yours has got words in it.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of words in the sentiment pieces because they're divided. You can see the little letters and you try to kind of piece together what the words are. That was very special. So that's had a bit of a journey, that one, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah. So the original is now in America.
Yeah.
And I really wanted this print to be something special. So I know it already expresses a lot of emotions, but I wanted it to be even more than that. So I wanted to put out my thoughts on the paper. So I wrote everything that I wish for this world and for the people, and what peace and love and kindness means. And
it's very special.
Yeah, it is it's as special as the sentiment collection that we are doing.
Yeah, but it's been amazing for us because it's connected us with so many amazing artists and global artists as well from everywhere.
Yeah.
So then from that, then we obviously got to know you. We came to see you exhibit in other places, and your style was very definite, you know. And I'm just going to show, because I've got a couple of them down here. This is actually one of my favourites.
Yeah.
It might be a bit shiny. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up. So tell us a little bit about this one, because I...
Yeah, so I started this collection, the Sentiment collection, which I also exhibited in your art gallery. I was still drawn to paint people, and I was finding my style. I was very inspired by Klimt and another French artist. As you can see, it was very structured.
Yeah.
It was my desire to be perfect. And I'm not saying I enjoyed creating them so much, because this is who I was back then. You know, just obsessed with being perfect, with pleasing everyone, with making them just, I don't know, this was for me my way of trying to be accepted and liked.
Yeah.
And
it's powerful. I mean, the colours of that and that stare
I
in her eyes.
I was in my blue phase as well. I had a lot of my paintings were blue,
So
purple. Yeah.
My mum absolutely loves this one as well.
Yeah.
She always comes back to this one. It's just the haunting. Didn't the original get sold to him?
No, I still have.
You still have the original?
Yeah,
one?
the other ones sold. Some of them.
So you do these
America.
prints as well, so people can have a print if they can't get the originals.
Yeah.
Which is really amazing.
They're limited editions, and they come in different sizes, in about 2 or 3 sizes.
Yeah.
But I think having print is a good way of sharing your art, because not everyone can afford to buy an
affordable art,
original.
Exactly. I'm going to put that one down.
Yeah.
And then just to quickly show, before we go on to your new style, I mean, look at that. It's again, it's the same feel, but then obviously we've got the group of the ladies.
Yes.
But again,
this
all
is
with that
called,
haunting.
this is actually about unity and about how we should all love each other, and because we all have blood running through our veins. We all have the same kind of emotions and feelings. We just have to recognize that we are a whole and unity, and we are all connected. So again, it's like the Sentiment collection.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all connected.
Beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah. So, when did you go into a new... Just tell us about where you're at now, because you've gone slightly away from these.
Yes.
Just tell us about that and why, or how.
So, about 1.5 years ago, I started to work on myself.
Yeah.
I started with, positive affirmations and doing gratitude exercises and all this kind of meditation, and because I was trying to find my inner peace and my strengths again, because I felt quite lost. And I think when you change yourself as an artist, your style will definitely change as well, because your style represents who you are as a person. We all change anyway, even if we're not aware of that. But we are lucky as artists that we can show that change.
Yeah. Everyone can see it.
Everyone can see it, yeah.
Whether you like
they can
it
even
or
ask,
not.
like, oh, I remember you used to paint these kind of things. Yeah, well, that's the old me. This is the new me.
I've stepped out of my blue period.
I stepped out of my blue period. I'm still using a lot of colors. But what happened is I kind of freed myself from a lot of things like doubts, fears, the past, and everything else. So I gradually started to, because I've got other pieces, they're not here, but I went more abstract. So I think I finally got rid of that obsession that my faces have to be perfect, my portraits have to be perfect. I was trying to prove myself and to other people that I am a good artist, I'm a great portrait artist.
To show you can do the technical stuff.
Yes, exactly, like the skills.
Which makes sense because you came at it so much later.
Yeah, because as a self-taught artist, you don't have that confidence, and you know it takes maybe more time to gain that. But then I did some really amazing portraits. They were commissioned for this lady.
Yeah.
And I remember when I finished one of them, I was like, I'm done. I don't have to prove nothing to myself or to anyone. Now I can just go wild and crazy and just show my creativity, because I'm a very creative person, but when you're stuck and you're fearful and you have doubts, you can't express everything 100%.
So you really have shown that.
Because I have shown, I just started, and now
the faces are
I'm
gone.
like, I don't need to have, because I still love to paint eyes.
I love them.
I just think that eyes are the mirror to our soul. But now I don't feel that
so
need.
well.
I know, because I love them.
As
so
I've just
much.
shown, when they're so powerful. Anyway, so
this is what I wanted to express emotion and feeling.
Yeah.
And I thought it's the only way to do it, painting real people, like, you know, realistic. And then when I did the first, it was like a study. I ended up selling that one because it turned out to be so good.
Yeah.
It was quite tiny. I just let myself go with the flow, and I didn't have a plan. I just played with colors, with everything. And I realized I don't have to paint the faces, the features, you know, eyes, nose, and mouth. I can still express emotions just by painting. And now I've got the Faceless collection, which I think in one way tells a story more than the others.
Yeah.
And it also lets the viewer make up their own story in their mind.
Yeah.
Because I told you with this one, it was weird, because I asked 3 of my friends, what does this mean to you? What do you see when you look at it? And they all 3 gave me 3 different answers.
Which is a
all different from my own answer, you know? And I was like, oh my God, this is what art should be. You know, letting room for people to see maybe themselves or their own story, or imagine things, you know.
But you still kind of kept your style, haven't you, with the bodies?
Yes,
which is really lovely, because that is still very much you.
Yeah. And collage as well,
and the collages,
so cut out paper.
That's what we know of you. I mean, that was the thing I loved in the first lot of images I saw of yours, but you had little things hidden almost within them, which was amazing.
Yeah, I still love collage. I think it's my thing as well. And one of my best friends, she said, like, with this new collection, you can see even more your love for fashion and your taste for colors and stuff. Because I'm a self-taught artist. I didn't actually study color theory and everything. Everything is just, I think, natural.
Yeah.
So I just see where color should go, and these are all tiny pieces of paper from hundreds of magazines that I find, and then I put them together, and then they look really nice, I think.
So these are going to stay here for a little while, aren't they?
Ones,
so people can come and see these.
Yeah,
they can
but I've got
view them.
prints on my website as well.
Brilliant.
So I've got prints, and I'm working on new ones if I have time now with my art club and everything.
Yeah. So you've now gone from somebody that is a self-taught artist into helping other people with art.
Yes.
Which is beautiful.
Which is amazing. It's so fulfilling and so satisfying. I'm now teaching little children, but I think they are also teaching me more than I'm teaching. I'm teaching them art and how to, you know, be creative and feel free to express what they feel, but they are teaching me more things.
They must love you.
Yeah, they are just like, they're, I think it's one of the best things that happened to me in the past years. Just being able to share my passion for art, but also I know, having my own children, how important it is for them to grow confident and to believe in themselves and to feel joy and be positive and, you know.
And to be able to use that in the way you have, you know, as an art therapy, which got you through, obviously, a really hard time.
Yeah.
So now you've got the art that you're teaching. Obviously, you're now creating a new collection.
Yes.
Is there anything else coming up that we should know about, or is it just everything and we're going?
Yeah, so I'm working on my new collection. I am an art teacher right now, and I'm also thinking about starting to run adult workshops, art and wine, something like that, because there aren't many in the area where I live.
I'm coming.
Yeah, because I think people, after COVID, I think people started to realize that they need to find things, more meaningful things to do, not just go out and have a drink and socialize. A lot of people, I think, they became quite lonely.
Yeah, and a lot of people turned to art as well,
because
they were at home all the time and they found it a release.
They started to paint or draw, so I'm giving them an opportunity to meet other people, maybe like-minded people, have a glass of wine and also paint something, you know, and go home with a really nice piece of art that they've created with my help, and maybe even doing workshops in nursing homes.
Oh, really nice.
I would really like to touch, you know, like a range of
You're going to cover every
children,
age.
Children, grown-ups, and old people as well.
Amazing. And then obviously you'll be exhibiting here again.
And we'll have the big thing in April,
on the 20th, and you'll be here for that as well. So people can come and they can talk to you as well. But over the next week, we're going to be showcasing a lot of your work. So we'll just kind of keep drip feeding it so people can understand you. I think this week, being Artist in the Spotlight is all about learning about the artist and having that backstory and understanding helps you really get to know and appreciate the piece of artwork in a nicer, fresher way. So that is our mission over the next week. So you're going to get very bored of us for the next week.
Yes.
It gives us an excuse to talk to you and keep in contact with you for the week.
I think it's amazing that you give us this opportunity as artists to be in the spotlight for a week and to be able to talk more about yourself and to show more of what we create and what we do. I think it's amazing, and thank you very much.
And also I think when you're in the spotlight, it's a nice way for you to reflect a little bit as well, and because you're going to be watching yourself. So it goes both ways.
It's always good to reflect about our life.
And you have a page on the Bix and Grace Gallery website, so if there's anything as well, any events coming up, we can put it on that page so anyone can log in and they can find you and see what's going on. I mean, apart from finding you on your own sites, and then we'll post these as well so they can have a way.
I'll bring some t-shirts as well.
Oh, your t-shirt. I have one of your t-shirts.
Yes.
T has one of your t-shirts.
Yes, thank you.
We love your wearing the art it's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've got now.
Actually, I've got facing forward.
Brighter Future.
Brighter Future, I think, is on
different color.
Yeah, that's on my t-shirt.
Yeah, and I did. So we had an art fair at school, at my kids' school, and I had some postcards and small prints with the Queen. Remember, I did a small painting of the Queen, a collage painting, and it was really, really successful. And I was thinking about bringing some product with that print for our next exhibition here and for your store.
That we will be showing everything.
I mean,
it's very exciting.
People loved the Queen, and that one is a really nice one, and we can have plenty of things with it.
So just to finish up, or not finish, to begin, not to end. So go onto the website, bixandgracegallery.com, and check out Oana and have a look at her story so far, and keep posted over the next week when we will be talking all about her and showing her incredible creations. So for now,
until you get bored.
Never. So we'll see you over the week.
Soon.
Take care.
Bye.